What is going on, guys? This is Simu and I'm here today. One day before the release of NASCAR Heat 5, I'm going to tell you some things that I believe they should change about the multiplayer. They always have a chance, of course, to update this because since it's the online platform, it's not the actual game. There's always ways they can add to the multiplayer and always make changes, things like that. Before we get into it, I'd like to remind you guys, I know I said it in previous videos, I'm going to be live streaming the game's release tonight. I'm going to have it downloaded, ready to go, and I'm going to be playing it, of course, so leave in the comments what features you'd like to see me check out first, and if you're going to be here paying attention, watching, all that good stuff. Make sure to turn on notifications so you know when I do go live or get updates on the channel just in general. I also like to say that I appreciate the support that I've been getting recently on the channel, all the likes and comments. It's really helpful, guys. Let me know what I'm doing right. Let me know what I'm doing wrong, if I can learn how to speak. And all that stuff. So I really do appreciate it, guys. Keep it up. It's keeping me going, and really excited for the game's release tonight. But yeah, let's get into the 5 things I feel that they should update to the multiplayer of NASCAR Heat 5. First thing I'm going to mention here is going to be the matchmaking. I've only played a couple games so far in Heat 4, and I noticed right off the bat, it's kind of like join your own lobby style. You can see how many people are in there, what racetrack they're doing, the length, settings, stuff like that. I think they need to kind of make it a little bit more streamlined, finish it down a little bit. You can just put in like, hey, I only want to race like 7% of the race. I only want to do short. I wouldn't want to do a full race, whatever you want to do. And then it kind of lines you up based off there, and then you can do a full lobby vote on whatever the track might be. How it kind of stands, I noticed there's just a bunch of open lobbies, like a bunch of, we'll maybe see 5 Bristol settings. With almost the same settings and like 3 racers in each, and it would make much more sense if they were all in it together versus just their own 3. I don't really get that, why it does that. I also think they should add computer racers to the game, so you're not just racing with just the online players, just to give it that full field, finish of the game, make it a little bit more difficult, maybe increase the difficulty of the computers to make it a little bit more hard on the rest of you guys. But I think that one is definitely something they should add, make it a little bit easier to run, and just a lot more interactivity between players before it starts with like the voting on a map, stuff like that. Number 2, I think they should add some form of type of season. I've seen this in like Madden and Madden Mobile, where you kind of you're playing online, but the wins that you get in the games that you're playing all apply to your overall season. So perhaps if you're doing like a Bristol race, to some people that might just be an exhibition that they're trying to run, but maybe you're actually trying to run it part of your actual multiplayer season. I think that'd be a great way to actually add some progression and some meaning to the actual multiplayer versus just racing for the hell of it with no point. I think that would be, something that they really should look at just for that very reason. I feel like when you are racing in multiplayer right now, there's a lot to be desired or a lot missed just based off of the fact that whenever you win or you do anything, there's almost nothing you get in return. I mean, if there was a season, at least you could see some progression and see how it kind of matters, something like that. And then you could be also racing against other people that are trying to get some better, point settings for their own season and trying to progress and stuff like that. For number 3, I'm gonna say that I wish there was some type of ranking system, kind of like that there is in like Rocket League, for example, or like CS:GO, things like that. Just a ranking based on how you've been doing so far, just so you're not, maybe if you're pretty decent, you're not put with some of the best in the world, and if you're terrible, you're not put with basically what I just said, with not the best in the world. We don't want that. Unless you're really trying to get that challenge, but I don't think, I think it's might be discouraging to some players, and I'm not talking about myself here when you're racing with people that clearly know what they're doing, and you're still trying to get a feel for it. I think that if they kind of ranked it, it would be a little bit better for the really good players just trying to get some actual challenge out of here versus just the kids that are around just driving, crashing, and doing whatever. I don't really know why they haven't added that to begin with. It's it's just really a really loose form of multiplayer as it stands right now. I think it'd be a great way that they could add to it, change it, and make it a little bit more complicated, a little bit more controllable. Just everything could improve by doing that, if any of that makes sense. Number 4, upgradable cars and paint based off of your XP and wins. I think that'd do another thing, as far as mentioning the progression and an actual meaning behind racing in the multiplayer settings. If maybe whenever you win, you would unlock different type of paint settings, or maybe a modification to your car, like an upgraded engine, something like that. that you could, really be racing for, have a purpose to. I think that would, definitely make it, when you're racing with another player and you look over at them and they have this really cool tricked out car and everything, really cool paint mods, you'd be like, oh crap, I'm racing against somebody that is, quite, just phenomenal. I think that would be really interesting to add. I think it would add a little bit, fun to the multiplayer. And once again, like I said before, just some progression, reason to be racing in the first place. And for my fifth and final mention, I'm gonna say some downtown for intentional crashing. I don't. If you guys watched my previous video where I was doing my first multiplayer races, oh my gosh, everybody was just terrible. They just wanted to crash, and I don't even know if it was intentional or not. And I don't know how you determine if it was, but some of those were just the stupidest crashes ever. People not even holding down their throttle, causing me to rear end them, people just crashing just for the hell of it. I think, in some way, I mean, that can't, maybe they can do some lobbies where that is allowed, because that is kind of fun sometimes. But in other times, like, I'm just trying to race and get better here, and I'm getting taken out for absolutely no reason. And I know in iRacing they do that, and I don't really like to compare the two because there really are two different worlds. If we're looking at iRacing, it's strictly about realism and what it realistically would feel like if you're driving that car. And, NASCAR is definitely more for the casual, player. But I think that something they could meet in the middle on there would be the downtime that iRacing gives you if you're trying to do something stupid or get you disqualified out of the race. Just because, in some way, we're not all looking for that. So yeah, guys, those are the 5 things I think they should add to multiplayer. Obviously, I don't think they're going to add it before they release it, or maybe they did add it already, and maybe I'm just talking for the hell of it now. I don't know yet. Haven't heard much about the multiplayer, if they've done anything to it. But this is definitely something that they could add here down the road, or even, just prepare for NASCAR Heat 6, because I can imagine something like that would eventually come out in here, in the next year or so. Especially with the new consoles coming out. Maybe they'll just patch 5 that they're coming out with tonight, of course, and then release it for the new consoles with these changes. But anyway, guys, like I said before, I appreciate all the support I've been getting on all my channels. I appreciate all the comments, all the likes, even the dislikes. It lets me know that some people don't like, the things that I'm saying or doing, whatever. Even if it might not be that. But yeah, I appreciate all of it, guys. Definitely hit that subscribe button. Go check out the rest of the channel. Watch some of my videos. Let me know how I'm doing. Yeah, like I said, I appreciate all of it. And I look forward to the live stream tonight. Definitely hit that notification button. Leave in the comments what features you'd like to see me check out first tonight. I'm going to try to get onto it as fast as I can. Get immediately done with the download. And right into the live stream. We'll see how it goes. Haven't really live streamed before, so it should be a fun experience. But yeah, I look forward to seeing you guys later tonight. Even though it'll be late as hell, but let's get right into it, guys. I will see you later. Have a good rest of your day.